Hey you guys, welcome to another YouTube video. Today I have Posture Perfect on the Reformer. All right, so we all know we spend way too much time looking down, being forward, hunched over, right? It does not help our posture at all. So posture has just been getting worse with all humans for so long. So we're gonna work on it today. We're gonna work on, it's never gonna be perfect. Okay, so the title is deceiving, but we can absolutely work to improve our posture, and Pilates will do that. Pilates will do that in all aspects, but today we're really just gonna focus on it a little extra, okay? So, minimal setup. You are gonna need your reformer box today. So have that off to the side, ready to go. The first two exercises, we won't use it, and then we'll pull it onto the carriage and it'll stay there. All right, so reformer box off to the side. Let's start at the front of the machine. Footbar is up in that first position. So I have an Infinity Footbar. I am working on a Balanced Body Studio Reformer. The Infinity Footbar may look different than your Footbar, but for everybody today, we can all get our Footbar in this position. So it is that one click forward, or I like to call it first position, with your Footbar, up and over the springs, okay? It's not completely straight up and down, it just has that little tilt forward. I am working on a blue and a yellow spring. So in Balanced Body World, that is a light spring and an extra light spring. The blue is light, the yellow is extra light. You do not need to be on those springs to start. You can be on one heavy spring, one red, if that works for your machine setup, okay? We are gonna drop down to one blue or one light spring after that. So we all should be able to match those colors. The extra light is not necessary today. All right, so you either have a blue and a yellow or one red. Your headrest is down. It's gonna stay down the entire time. Please make sure it is down because we are gonna start with a rollover, so I want you to make sure we don't put any undue stress on the neck. Shoulder blocks are exactly where they need to be, and then I am gonna be having you use both long and short loops today, or at least the option of using both. So if you have two sets on there, beautiful. If you don't, use what you have. If you have handlebars, that can also work today, okay? And that's it. All right, we're gonna get to it. So join me on your reformer, facing forward. All right, we're gonna bring our shins or our ankles outside your shoulder blocks. So a little bit wider with your knees. Hands are gonna come to the front edge of your carriage, okay? And it's okay if the fingertips hang off. I want you to find basically a 4-point kneel. Now, obviously your knees are a little bit wider than your hips. That is fine. We're gonna start with a cat-cow. Okay, so shins are heavy, palms are heavy. We're lifting up and protracting out of the shoulder blades on your exhale. So let's take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're gonna nod your chin, round your spine, draw the tailbone under, and I want you to imagine someone picking you up from your thoracic spine, right from the middle of your back, and you're dangling on either side of that string like a puppet. And then we're gonna go the other way. Inhale as you gently look up, let the tailbone wag up, the shoulder blades will slide down the back. Let's do it again. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, really work at articulating the spine. Okay, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, go the other way. Chin looks up, tailbone wags up. Good, exhale, nod the chin, round the spine. We're looking for range of motion here, so hopefully it's getting a little deeper as you go. Inhale, go the other way. Last time, exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, draw the tailbone under. Inhale, go the other way. And then I want you to come to that space right in between that nice neutral spine and pelvis, flat back. Okay, we're gonna lie down. Keep your springs exactly as they are. Lie on your back, your headrest must be down for this, okay? You're gonna come down, shoulders against the shoulder blocks, but I want you to give yourself a little bit of breathing room right there. So give yourself a little finger space between your shoulder and your shoulder block. Go ahead and reach back and grab your short loops. Now, I don't want this to be heavy. So that's why we're on the spring load we're on, okay? Either a blue and a yellow or one red. I want you to be able to move the arms. We're gonna roll over. So we're gonna take the hips up and over, okay? You don't need heavy springs for that, okay? So you're gonna take your right leg and your left leg up to the ceiling. I want you to zip them up and point your toes. Now, find that spot where you're still holding a neutral spine and pelvis, meaning your tailbone is imprinting the carriage. Your ASIS bones, those are the bony landmarks at your hips, pointing straight up. You're not flailing at the rib cage, they're closed. You have a little bit of breathing room under your low back, yes? Okay, check, 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 and check. Arms, you're gonna bring those palms to underarm height and hold. So you now feel tension through the transverse abdominals, right, and the waistline. Okay, from here, we're gonna lower the legs towards the footbar. Okay, the arms are also gonna lower towards the carriage. And then we're gonna inhale those legs up and over. Okay, so I need you to have straight arms, fingertips reaching for the platform, collarbone open nice and wide. You're imprinting your shoulder girdle into the carriage. I'm looking at my inner thighs. I'm not looking side to side. I'm on my upper back, not my neck. Okay, flex your feet, and we're gonna roll down from here. From behind the heart, one vertebrae at a time. I want you to go as slow as you can. You're rolling the spine back down onto the carriage with control. Tailbone touches down, point your toes, bring your arms back up and over your underarms, and let's do it again, okay? You're gonna inhale, legs down, arms come to the carriage, exhale, up and over, opening up those shoulders nice and wide, okay? I really want you to think about spreading the collarbone. All right, now we're gonna take this up a notch. You're gonna flex your feet and open your legs into a shallow V, about the width of your shoulder blocks. Okay, hold. Now, from behind the heart, you're gonna roll one vertebrae at a time back down, keeping the V, keeping the flexed feet. One vertebrae at a time. Imprint those arms into the carriage. Roll, 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 tailbone touches down. We point the toes, we zip up the legs. Legs come down towards the footbar, arms come back up and over the chest. Ready to do it again? I'm gonna keep adding on just a little bit at a time. Okay, here we go. Inhale, exhale, arms come down up and over with those hips. Okay, now flex the feet strong. Open up into your shallow V. If you would like a little bit more of a flexibility challenge, you're gonna take those big toes towards the frame. Maybe you tap the frame, maybe. Lift back so that your legs are parallel to the floor. And then from behind the heart, you're gonna roll one vertebrae at a time, just one at a time. Slow, slow, slow. Back down to the carriage. Tailbone touches down. Point the toes, zip up the legs. Arms come back up and over the chest, legs lower. Let's do it again, okay? Inhale, exhale, up and over with those hips, broaden the collarbone, really imprint those shoulder blades down into the carriage. Okay, flex your feet strong. You're looking at your inner thighs, open into that shallow V. Please don't look side to side. Okay, any issues with the head, neck, and shoulders? This is not the exercise for you, okay? Tap the frame if you would like with your toes. Lift the legs. And then from behind the heart, we roll one vertebrae at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, controlling that. That's all core control. Good. Point the toes, zip up the legs. We're gonna do it one more time. Legs come down, arms come over the chest. This is an inhale. Exhale, lift up and over, strong, strong. Flex your feet. Open into that V. Tap the frame if you would like. That is not required. Okay? Pick the legs back up parallel to the floor. From behind the heart, we roll. One vertebrae at a time. Just one at a time. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. All the way down to the carriage. Good. Point your toes. Zip up the legs and bring it all the way back in. Ooh, feet on the footbar. Okay, hang up your straps. we're gonna grab our box. So swing your legs off to one side, come on up, grab your box. It is gonna come onto your carriage, long box style. So it can come either in front of your shoulder blocks or over the shoulder blocks. Either will work out very nicely today, okay? So whatever gives you the most supportive box. In other words, if there's a lot of box hanging off the front of your carriage, you might wanna put it over the shoulder blocks, okay? Okay, once you've got that set up, you're gonna take your springs down to one blue spring. If you had a red, switch it. One blue spring, okay? Now, we're gonna climb onto this box forward facing, all right? So you're gonna straddle the box and come onto it in a forward facing position, all right? All right, so we got some deep flexion out of the way with that rollover. You're gonna reach back and you're gonna grab your short loops, okay? Long loops are always an option, but I want you to try the short loops first, okay? Now you've got the weight of the spring, the weight of the box, and the weight of yourself to deal with. It's more than normal, okay, for this arm series. So just see how it feels, okay? Again, I don't want you muscling through anything that's not what I'm about. Okay, feet are on either side of the box. Try to get them flat. The closer you are to the foot bar, the more aggressive this is gonna be. So right now, I'm in a position where I can just keep my feet flat, okay? I'm pretty much towards the rear of the box, maybe a few inches away. I want you to sit nice and tall on your sitting bones. Your arms are at a 90-degree bend. Now, sitting tall on the sitting bones is really important, right? Because we're working on that posture today, and this is a postural series we're gonna get into. So broaden your collarbone, send your shoulder blades down, and hug your ribs with them. Okay, so we're strong through the back. My palms are facing up. We're gonna offer these arms forward. So on your inhale, you're gonna send your fingertips forward for the foot bar. They're gonna come to underarm height. And then we're gonna draw them back, stopping at the side seam, stopping at the side seam, okay? Not behind the side seam, right at the side seam, okay? Again, here we go. Inhale, exhale. So the crown of the head is reaching out of the tailbone. You're thinking about those two bony landmarks at the center of the glute, like stakes in the box. Those are your sitting bones. They're the bottom of your pelvis. We want that pelvis upright. Okay, we're thinking about a nice, tall spine. Bend the elbows right by the side seam. 3 more. Inhale, offer. Exhale, bend. Good, last 2. Inhale, core is engaged, right? It's hard to sit up straight, so the core is working 360 degrees. Inhale, shoulders are far away from your ears. And exhale. Now, you're gonna take the next one and you're gonna hold it out there. Inhale, take those arms out and hold. Now, you're gonna turn your palms to face in, thumbs are up. Okay, we're gonna hug a tree. Elbows are gentle. We're gonna inhale as we open the arms. They will not pass your side seam, so you can always see them in your peripheral vision. And then you're gonna exhale as you narrow the ribs and close the arms. Okay, inhale. Exhale, narrow the rib cage, close the arms. You're still sitting up tall on those two bony landmarks at the center of the glute. Inhale. Exhale. Good, looking straight forward. That's gonna help the posture because your eyes will direct what happens with your body. Okay, exhale, close. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Good, last one like this. Inhale. And exhale. Now, you're gonna take these arms and you're gonna keep them closed, turn them palms down, so thumbs are touching. Okay, we're gonna paper slide. Again, roll your shoulder blades down your back, sit nice and tall, draw the navel up and in towards your shoulder blades, like right in between your shoulder blades. Okay, here we go. Exhale, you're gonna bend the elbows wide, thumbs will come towards your sternum. Inhale, press them back out, 2 straight arms. Good, exhale, bend. Inhale, press, strong. I want you to think about when you press the arms back out, protracting the shoulder blades, okay? Find a little air and breath in between your shoulder blades. 3 more, bend. and press. Good, 2 more. Bend and press. Last one. Bend and press. Hold your arms out there. Now these arms are gonna circle. We're only gonna go one direction, so I want you to follow me. We're gonna take the arms up past the ears, so let your thumbs rotate in the straps, past your ears, all the way behind the side seam, and back around to that extended paper slide, okay, right at chest height, okay? Here we go. I don't want your posture to change. Stay tall. Think of someone pulling you up from the crown of your head. You're gonna take the palms forward facing, up and around past your ears. Good. Slowly rotating from the humerus bone in the shoulder socket behind you and back up to that lifted paper slide. Good. Inhale, up and around. Exhale as they sweep low and come back up to chest height. 3 more. Inhale. I want you to think about mobility from the top of the shoulder, holding your tall posture, right? 2 more. That's not easy. Inhale, up and around. If you need to switch to your long loops for these, you can absolutely do that. Good. This is the last part of this series, though. Inhale, up, over, and around. Back up to that lifted paper slide. Bring the elbows wide. And hang up your straps. Okay, short and sweet there. All right, we are going to lie prone. So on our stomach facing the foot bar. All right, so here we go. Onto your stomach, hold onto your foot bar for support. Leave your springs on one blue. All right, you're gonna come all the way down on your box so that your chest is off the box. All right, you're more, the center of the solar plexus is at the edge of the box, so a little closer to the base of your rib cage. All right, chest off the box. Now, we're gonna start with the legs zipped up. I am gonna open them up for you, but right now I want you to start with them zipped up and pointed. If that causes any sort of pinching in the low back, separate your legs, okay? All right, but if it's not causing pinching, I want you to zip up those inner thighs and point the toes. Your hands are on the foot bar. Your hands are on the foot bar, shoulder width apart. All 10 fingers in front of the foot bar. Okay, your heel of the hand is on there. All right, elbows are bent. Now, on your inhale, I just simply want you to press away. Okay, so you're gonna press away. I'm looking at my springs, nice long spine. Now, stay right here. I want you to think about wrapping your ribs together towards the front of your body and then hovering your belly button. Can you find that sensation where you're almost pulling your belly button off the box? Stay that way. As you bend your elbows, your nose will come right over the foot bar, and then inhale, press away. Keep that engagement through the core. Good. Elbows bend wide, nose grazes over the foot bar. Inhale, press back out. 3 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Good. Bend and press. Good. Last one. Bend and press. Now, stay right here. You're extended away from your foot bar. You're going to open those legs now into the shallow V, so about the width of your box. Toes are still pointed. We still are drawing the belly button off the box. Shoulder blades are down and around my ribs. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna lift up to an extension. Keep my legs down, okay? But we're gonna let the box come towards the platform. And as we do that, we're gonna lift the sternum and the upper body till the carriage kisses the bumper. Now that's a pretty aggressive extension. That's why I opened your legs, so that the sacrum at the base of your spine has a place to melt. Broaden your collarbone, okay? Elbows are bent slightly, they're soft. Okay, and then we press back out all the way down with the sternum. Engage the core by drawing the belly button into that hover. Yes? Okay, let's do it again. Inhale as you come up and over the foot bar with your sternum. I want you to think about a beam of light coming out of your sternum, like Iron Man. I like that analogy. Like Iron Man. Okay, a beam of light is coming right out of your chest. Now we're gonna slowly exhale as we come back to that long spine. Okay, inhale, we're finding spinal extension now, the reverse of what we did in that rollover. Okay, and then exhale as you come back to that long spine. 3 more. Inhale, up and over the footbar. Broaden the collarbone. I really want you to think about creating lateral tension there, okay? When you come up, it's an inhale, and I'm pressing outbound with the heels of my hand. So I have a broad collarbone. I really engage through the back body. Good, and then we exhale as we come down. Give me one last one. Okay, here we go. Inhale, up and over with that sternum. And press all the way back out on your exhale. Now stay here. Last and final thing. Okay, we're gonna jump this extension, but it's not going to be as big as it just was. All right, so I want you to let the elbows bend, come all the way back in. Your nose is gonna graze the foot bar. Okay, now from here, I want you to find a gentle extension. So you're gonna pick your sternum up about the height of the foot bar, no higher. Legs are down. Okay, you're still in that shallow V. Stay right here. So my eyes are a few inches in front of my platform. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna jump. So on your inhale, you're gonna send yourself away from the foot bar and come back and catch before it hits the bumper, okay? Keep this shallow spinal extension. Your sternum is in line with your foot bar, okay? Inhale, hop. Exhale, catch. Catch. So your pubic bone is pressing into the box. Your hips are nice and stable. Your toes are pointed. Your legs are strong, so they're back there. They're not sloppy. Okay? Inhale. Exhale, land. Inhale. Exhale, land. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, land. Last 3, arms keep reaching when you leave that foot bar. You're holding that extension. 2, last 1, and come all the way into a relaxed position. Your hands can come on your box. All right, we're gonna come onto our knees. So hands on the corner of the box, press up to your knees, okay, and you're gonna turn around to face the rear. We're gonna sit straddling the box again, just like we did when we did that forward postural series. So now, same thing. Rear facing on the box, seated on your sitting bones like they're 2 stakes driving right down into the box. Your crown of the head lifts right out of that tailbone. Posture perfect, right? Nothing's perfect, but posture close to perfect. Your feet are flat on the carriage on either side of the box. Okay, the closer you are to your foot bar, the more aggressive this is gonna be, so you can find your place, all right? I don't care if your entire foot is connected to the carriage. I just want you to have a nice stable platform, okay? Go ahead and reach forward. You're going to grab your long loops, okay? Your long loops. Now you can always switch to your short ones if you want a little bit more work there, or you can always scoot back on your box or scoot forward. You've got options, okay? Now, arms are gonna come down towards the front edge of the box. Again, sitting nice and tall. Broaden the collarbone. Send your shoulder blades down and around the ribs. On your inhale, you're gonna take these arms up and overhead. So here we go. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Nothing changes with our posture. Our biceps frame our ears. Now, you're gonna take these arms and you're gonna lower them to the sides of your body. So opening like a big around the world. They come down to the sides. They circle around to the front of the body and back to chest height for a row. You're gonna pull your elbows wide. Pull your elbows wide, and I want you to think about engaging your back by bringing the shoulder blades closer together today. So you want your elbows to come behind you. It's a big row. Stay tall. Extend those arms back off the chest, and let's do it again. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Your biceps will frame your ears, not go past them. Lower your arms to the side, big opening. Circle them around to the front, back to chest height. And give me that wide row. That wide row. Good. All right, let's do it again. Extend your arms back out, sitting nice and tall. Belly button's drawing up between the shoulder blades. Shoulders away from your ears. Inhale those arms overhead. Open around the world. Circle around to the front, back to chest height. And give me that wide row. Good. Extend. Inhale, arms overhead. No momentum, all control. All core control, open wide. Circle the arms back around to the front, big wide row. You have 4 more of these, 4 more, okay? Arms off the chest. Inhale those arms overhead, hold. Open into that wide around the world, back around to the front, row. No momentum, there should be no jerking of the straps, it's all smooth. All smooth. Okay, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down and around. Good, back to chest height. Exhale, wide row. Good, inhale, take them back out. 2 more, okay? Up and overhead, strong. Out and around. Good, back up to shoulder height. Give me that wide row. Quite a bit of upper body work in this postural series, right? We've done postural series forward, now rear facing, last one. Inhale, up and overhead, hold. Open wide, down and around, back to chest height. Hold right here, give me that wide row. Extend your arms back out. Now stay right here, arms are back out. Switch to your short loops. Switch to your short loops, okay? We're only gonna do that row. So I want you to roll your shoulder blades down your back, open your collarbones, sit on those 2 sitting bones. All right, nice and tall. Here we go. Row wide and extend. Good, row wide and extend. 4 more. Exhale, inhale long. Exhale, inhale long. Last 2. Wide row. Good, and extend. Last 1, row, and release, and bring it all the way down. Hang up your straps. Oh my goodness. Okay, last and final thing. We're gonna lie prone again, but rear facing this time, and you're gonna need your straps again. So, get ready to grab them. Hands on the front edges of the box, front corners, knees on the box. You're gonna come all the way down. Again, solar plexus at the edge of the box. Your chest is off the box over your shoulder blocks. Okay? Now for this one, I want you to start in a wide, or not in a wide V, in a shallow V. So your legs are open, width of the box, point your toes strong. Okay. Grab your straps. You're gonna grab the short loops, okay? Arms are gonna come outside the frame. You can always switch to your long loops, okay, if you'd like, or you can choke up on the straps as well, whatever works for you. All right, now, I want you to find that engaged position because we're with a nice flat back right now, so we can find that. Wrap your ribs, draw the belly button into a hover. Okay, shoulders are down your back. Now I want you to pull your arms so that they're in line with your underarms. They're just off the side of the frame. Okay, now we're gonna take these arms up and back, and with that, we are gonna find a full extension. So the tops of your thighs will lift and your sternum. Okay, so here we go. Right now my eyes are in the well, right in front of my headrest. On your inhale, we're gonna lift, pressing the pubic bone into the box, tops of the thighs lift, sternum lifts like that beam of light, shoulders are far away from my ears because my fingertips are reaching for the footbar behind me. And then I inhale as I come back to start. Start is where the straps are in line with your underarms. Okay, so you have some tension there. Re-engage the core. Okay, here we go. The core is working. I don't need to tell you to engage the core when we lift into extension, right? But when we're in this long, flat back, that is where I want you to put a little extra emphasis there. Okay, here we go. Inhale, lift and hold. Exhale, come back to that long spine. Good, 4 more. Inhale, lift and hold. Exhale, come back. Good, excellent. Last 3. Press the pubic bone into the box, find that hold, find that lift, and then release. And then hold for a second in your flat back. Wrap the ribs, hover the belly button. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your eyes, follow your spine. Okay, let them follow you. Last one, you're gonna hold this one. Inhale, lift and hold. And right here, you're gonna bend the elbows and press. Keep holding. Bend and press. This is it. Bend and press. You have 3 more. Keep holding, keep lifting. Think about that sternum like a beam of light. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Last one. Bend and press. And lower all the way back down. Hang up your straps. Come onto your hands and knees rear facing before you leave me. Just a little tiny stretch, okay, because that was a lot. And we need to get a little rotation in there. So I'm going to take your left arm. We're going to do a little thread the needle. You are on your hands and knees. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Okay, let your feet just relax over the foot bar. Left hand, palm up. You're going to lace it through that window on the right. Let the right elbow bend a lot so that you can bring your left shoulder to the box, or as close to the box as you can. All right, you're getting a nice rotation through the spine here. Good, breathe. Breathe for 4. Do not hold your breath. Okay, last 3, continue to breathe. Last 2. Good, come all the way back up to hands and knees. Right hand, palm up. Lace it through that window on the left. Same thing, let the left elbow bend. Let the right shoulder come to the box. Let that rotation happen. It's gonna happen through the thoracic spine, but it's gonna radiate into the cervical and lumbar spine. So excellent after all that work we did where we held everything nice and strong and we worked forward in flexion and in extension, right? But we didn't get any rotation. So now we're getting it now. Good, keep breathing. 3, 2, good. Come all the way back up to hands and knees. Let's finish with that simple cat-cow just like we started. Exhale, nod the chin around the spine, draw that thoracic spine up. Good, and then go the other way on your inhale. Let the chin look up, let the tailbone wag up. Last one. Exhale, nod the chin round the spine. Inhale, go the other way. Come back to that nice flat back and have a seat on your box, guys. Posture perfect. We are excellent, or getting closer to working into a perfect posture, right? Tongue-tied all my words right there. Anyway, you know what I mean. Nothing is perfect. Your posture will never be perfect. It will always be a work in progress, but there is nothing like Pilates to help get there, all right? So let's keep working on that. We spend way too much time here on the phones, on the things, on the tablets, right? We're always looking down. If you find yourself in this position all the time, you need this. You need this, okay? If you're seated all day at a computer, you need this, okay? We pretty much all need this, all right? I hope to see you again soon. Check out the rest of the YouTube videos on the platform. Now, if you've exhausted the YouTube platform, because I only drop a video about once a month, check out my on-demand platform. I have over 450 workouts now on pilatesbyjesspfit.com. Check it out. The on-demand platform has a 7-day free trial. Okay, so with that 7-day free trial, you get everything, all the bells and whistles. So if you want to try out my 4 live classes a week on both the mat and the reformer, you can do that. If you want to join my live check-in calls, you can do that. If you want to pull through and filter through all of the educational tutorials and the classical repertoire, you can do that. Okay, you have 7 days to explore and use the platform as you would like. And then after that, it is $24.99 a month. So, great value. We have 4 live classes a week, like I said right now, but I drop at least 5 new videos every week. You get a weekly prescription or workout regimen plan if you would like one. It's on there for you. Okay, so if you just don't want to think about what I need to do this week, I have that all there for you and you don't have to think. Okay, on both the mat and reformer. It goes for both. Everything we do on the floor, we do on the reformer and vice versa. So you get it all. okay? If you have questions for me, guys, leave them below the video. I always answer my videos myself, so you will hear back from me eventually. Sometimes it takes me a while to get through them all, but I will get back to you. All right, you guys, I hope to see you soon.